Peacock, because you really exclusively get it there. And then maybe months and months later, you're going to get it on regular Bravo, Hulu, whatever you subscribe to. No, I think, I'm with you. I like the dynamic of the people that are paused because I think they have something to lose, or they have nothing to lose. So I think they're willing to be a little bit like at Dorinda's Bluestone. It was great. Like, I loved how they kind of got into like a little bit of a vaccine debate. It was, yeah. I mean, I can't say I'm anxious to watch Thailand. I just don't really care. Also, it's fun kind of to see them at these exotic locales, but then isn't it better just to like go to Dorinda's? Isn't it better? Like, I mean, almost if they all were at Dorinda's, it'd be
and there's nothing deep
famous.
seated. Yeah, like why can't Dorinda's just
Or
host them
Ramona's
all?
in the Hamptons. I don't know. I mean, to me, there's something interesting when you go into these homes we've seen for a long time. I mean, obviously Erica Jane's old mansion with Tom sold. But I mean, how great if you could rent that, for 2 weeks and you shoot at the
Pop
old
over to Moore Manor and Lake Bailey. I mean, check
just
out one of
find
Karen
that
Huger's rented houses in the P. I mean, we could just keep going, right?
I find that much more interesting. I got to tell you, I'm not that enthused.
Yeah, I mean, look, Dolores and Margaret, okay. Garcelle and Sutton, okay. Robin and Ashley, I mean, again, it's like, I don't understand why it wasn't Gizelle and Robin, and then Candy Gal with Ashley could have been explosive. And I'm not going to comment on Gina and Emily from the OC. I'm not going to comment, guys. I'm not. I mean, dynamic duo. So like Tamra already did one. You can't have her. I mean, I guess you have no choice. You can't call Heather and Shannon a dynamic duo. So, New York is off the air. I guess process of elimination. I mean, the OC, could we have had we could have had maybe
Bring back the two
Atlanta.
from Dallas. I love
We
the
could
two.
have had, we could have had Sheree and Marlo.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Sheree and Marlo instead of Emily and Gina, right?
Yeah, that could have been good.
I mean, Kenya already did one. I think Sheree and Marlo would have been better as the fourth couple. I'm trying to think what other
I would have loved Sheree and Kim Zolciak back together. I mean, that we kind of just need that splash from the past.
I like the exes. I like the exes. I just think there's a lot of troubled exes that they would rather. Look, I don't think anyone is off limits except Nene. I'll stand by that. I just think the exes are troubled, right? Like we have Kelly Dodd has some, red flags next to her name. Kim Zolciak has some red flags next to her name. Who else is there? Like, where are we going to go in New Jersey? I mean, do they want to? I don't know. Jacqueline Larita, she kind of left with some. I mean, Danielle Staub has a lot of red X's next to her name. I mean, I'm not coming for anyone. I'm just saying, like, you know how it is as a producer in LA, Sarah, when the train is leaving, it's just, look, I think all these people are desperate and want to do it, but you don't want any drama. Look, you know what the problem is with all these ex-housewives? Let me sum it up.
Yes, tell us.
They're humble and thirsty and they want the job. And they're going to say yes. So you don't even have to offer that much until they fucking sign the paper. And then it's like they forget the last 2 to 13 years of their life of how fucking thirsty and desperate they were. And then they fucking act a fool as if they're fucking running the network again, right? I mean, that's what happened. Nene, Lisa Rinna, I mean, you could go down the list. That's the problem. They all want it. You call Kelly and you call Zolciak, who the rumor with the house foreclosing, you call any of them and they're going to take the job. But the minute they sign, instead of being like, this is like, wow, like I'm getting $200,000, $50,000 for
like
a week,
month.
100,000 for right.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, yes, ma'am, yes, Daddy Cohen, I will suck your dick tonight. Just tell me how you want it done. They go from 0 to being like, and I'm okay with that on camera, but I think
that's what
they do it off camera, and that's the problem. And then who wants to work with that?
Well, I mean, that's what makes them great at reality TV, right? I mean, I have learned in being a producer that, everybody says, oh, my friend group's so crazy. I'm so crazy. When you put a camera in front of people and you do multiple interviews with a network, you begin to weed out very quickly. Everybody says that but do you realize the amount of drama you truly have to keep that level? I mean, you have to be next level. You have to be the person that is calling Andy and going, I want this, I want that, I need this. You're not doing it, because those are the people, as much as they're a pain in the ass. Like, there's kind of a saying in the producing world, and again, everything has a line, but there's that saying where, like, the bigger the pain in the ass they are, the more of a star they are in reality TV, to a degree. It gets everybody. We've seen it with Jill Zarin, and I'm not talking just Bravo. This is across networks. You've seen, I mean, I think Tara Reid, right, is one of those people that amazing on television, but became so difficult. Lindsay Lohan,
Spencer Pratt.
Spencer Pratt. People have a limit, but I think there's a
Chrishell
line.
Stause. I mean, not Chrishell Stause, Christine Quinn. Sorry.
Christine
Selling
Quinn.
Sunset. I mean, she's bigger than the show and she's doing just fine, but she's terminated. I mean, she came out against Netflix and Adam DeVello, and yeah, there's a line.
But I think sometimes that's what can make them very interesting, because they are going to complain when most people, you're right, would be very grateful. But that's kind of what makes them interesting. And I'm sure Andy gets that, and they put up with it to some degree if it's worth it. And then,
so after you sign me for my reality breakout, I'm supposed to be difficult. This is great news. This is the best news I ever heard.
Because no. It's like people that are good at reality TV, they don't even know that they're difficult, if that makes sense. Because that's just their real life is, they don't really care that you're Netflix and they should be grateful. They're like, they're not even aware. You know what I mean? They're that good on TV. They're not aware,
But I agree with you. When you turn the camera, I mean, imagine when, like, people go to Seacrest, it's like, wait, this girl, MJ, I mean, she's batshit. And I mean that is the biggest compliment. Wait, her best friend, this Gigi girl, she's fucking batshit. Wait, now you have a gay guy in the mix and he's batshit. And then you got Mike shit. It's like, that is what, it doesn't happen that where it's like you walk in, you're like one after another. And like you and I both know, guys, you can show up with your friend group and they will be like, literally, you were there from the beginning. You waited 3 years for this. 3 years you were in meetings at Netflix and Bravo. And when it comes down to the wire, they're like, Asa, yes, this. And you have to take one of the friend group and kick them to the fucking curb. Netflix is like, we're going forward. You're all going to be superstars. Sign on the dotted line. And guess what? Drop that fucking friend in the corner and go find another one. Right? That happens. You have we're real friends. We don't give a shit. That one don't fit our mold. Get them out. Right?
That is the truth. Yes. 100%. It is a wild.
Guys, keep your day jobs, because this business, guess what? It ain't show friends.